it's Alexa from Alexa Loves Books, and this week I'm going to be sharing a haul with you guys. This is actually all the books that I got from mid-December until the end of December, and I decided that it was high time I shared it. From now on, after this one, I think I'm going to just be sharing them monthly, so this is a special haul in its own right. I'm going to show you all the books that I got, or try to without dropping them. There's also a reason that I have this on my head, because it came with one of the books in this TBR, and is the first book that I'm going to show you. This is a book called The Incredible Adventures of Cinnamon Girl by Melissa Keel. I'm very excited to read this because I like Melissa Keel's other book, Life in Outer Space, a whole lot. This is basically about a girl named Alba and how she's dealing with her life changing, the normal changing, like graduating from high school type changing, and also changing in the sense that the Armageddon is basically happening. I think it's going to be a really fun read. I also love that there's pretty much a superhero allusion to it, so can't wait. I'm super excited to try this book out. The next three books that I'm going to be showing you are all from the library. First, we have The Elite by Kiera Cass, and we also have The One by Kiera Cass. And this is the second book in the Selection Trilogy, and this one is the third. I don't know much about the plot for either book because I don't look at the synopsis of later books in series, but I figured it would be a good idea to have them all in hand so I could binge read. The other library book that I got is this one, In the Shadow of Blackbirds by Kat Winters. Kat Winters is an author that my friend Alyssa of Books Will Take You Places really likes. And I've never read anything by her, but I do trust Alyssa's taste in books, and I wanted to try something a little different, so I decided to go with this book. It's about a girl who's alive during the time when some epidemic is causing lots of deaths, and apparently this girl can see spirits. I think that's what it's about. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But I am excited to try a book by Kat Winters, and I hope I like it. It is a very creepy cover, though, if you can see that. Very creepy. Not normally what I would pick up. The next two books are books that I bought myself, and I bought them because I needed them for my collections for these authors. The first book is the German edition of Incarnate by Jodi Meadows. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the German title because I'm sure I'm going to butcher it. But I just needed it because it's a gorgeous cover. It's very different from the US cover with the girl with the mask. And I love the Incarnate series. It's Jodi's debut series, and it is phenomenal. I think it's this very interesting mix of fantasy and sci-fi, but with issues that people can relate to. And I think everyone should check it out. I always say that, and I still think that, and it's been like, 3 years since I first read it, so you guys should check it out. It's a very gorgeous edition, and I'm happy to own it for my collection. This is the Polish edition of the novella Bind Up, and I just love the color palette they used for this cover. If you have not read the Throne of Glass series, it is phenomenal. I always recommend that series. It's one of my favorite YA fantasy series, and I think that you should definitely give it a shot if you haven't already. It's basically about an assassin named Selena and her quest to fight for her kingdom, to regain justice, to fight for her freedom. It's a lot of things. I don't want to be too spoilery about it because even though I know so many people who have read it, I'm sure others haven't. But it is a phenomenal series, and I had to buy this for my collection. You can see the rest of it up there. I also bought 2 Kindle books. They're both books that I've actually read. The first one is Delicious by Sherry Thomas, which is a historical romance that features a chef. I can't, get any more excited about a historical romance, or at least I didn't think I could, and then I saw the premise for that one, and I was super excited. So it's a really great historical romance. The tension is perfect, the banter is perfect, the couple is wonderful. I loved it, so I had to buy it. And I also bought The Start of Me and You by Emery Lord, which I also own a physical copy of. And it's a phenomenal sophomore novel from Emery about a girl who's learning to overcome her grief at losing her boyfriend. He died. And she does so with the support of her friends. And there's also the support of her family and a new boy in the picture who I also really love. So I kind of want to reread it now just thinking about it. So I think you guys should check out The Start of Me and You. The next couple of books are all gifts from my friends. The first of these is The Perfect Rake by Anne Gracie, and this is a historical romance that my friend Betty of Book Rock Betty gave to me for Christmas. I actually do not know much about it. I assume it's about a girl and a rake and a Sunni, hopefully like extra Sunni romance. I'm in the mood for one of those, so I'm excited about this one. The next book was a gift from my sister, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna try and borrow it when I'm done with it, or even before then, and that's The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. I've been curious about this book for a while, and a couple of friends who have read it have told me a little about her methods. It's funny because I kind of already do what she suggests in the novel, but I'm excited to see if I learn more or if I can, hone those things a little more. Plus, I like organizing things, so I definitely want to read this. The next book is a gift from my friend Rachel of Hello Chelly, and it is this book, A Tangled Web by L.M. Montgomery, and this is another one of her standalone novels. I only really knew her for her Anne of Green Gables series. This one is about two feuding families who are basically arguing over an heirloom vase. That's all I know about it. And I love L.M. Montgomery's writing, so I am looking forward to trying something else from her. I love this book so much. I love this edition of this book so much, and I'm going to show it to you guys now. And it is the Folio Society edition of The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien, and this was a gift from my friend Hannah of So Obsessed With. And I'm so happy to own it because I also own the Folio Society edition of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. It's a beautiful book, y'all. I really love The Hobbit. It's just so much fun to read. It's one of those fantasies where I thought it was going to be intimidating because it's by Tolkien, and I had read The Lord of the Rings by that point, so I was kind of worried about the density and like how long it would be, but I shouldn't have because I flew through The Hobbit the first time I read it, and I reread it a couple of times since then. I haven't reread it in a while, so I'm probably going to have to, especially because I now own this beautiful edition of it. The very last thing in my book haul is actually a comic, and it is Civil War, which is a Marvel comic that is basically the story of a civil war between two factions of the Marvel superheroes. This one is written by Mark Millar, and I really, really, really enjoyed it, you guys. I first borrowed this one from the library, and I loved it. I had to add it to my wish list because it's phenomenal. It's such a unique story for comics, so it was a great recommendation from my husband. Oh, and this is actually a gift from my OTSP Secret Sister, which is a project that you can find out more about in the link that I'm gonna put down below. She nailed it with her package. She basically sent me a superhero themed package. There were 2 Marvel Funkos in it, there was a superhero mug in it, and then there was this book. I'm very excited because the movie Captain America Civil War is inspired by this book, and I can't wait to see like what the similarities and differences are gonna be. Thank you for this. Really, I'm so excited to own it and to have it be on my shelf. And that's it for my book haul from the middle of December till the end of December. I hope you enjoyed seeing the books I got, and you have to tell me if you've read any of them and you're just as excited about them, or if there's any that you want me to prioritize. Alright guys, till my next video. Bye!